All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Welcome to the Stop Listen Podcast. I'm not wearing any pants. Take two.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
So welcome to the Stop Listen Podcast. I'm your host, Jamie.
Oh, God! It is so good to see you. What are you doing for dinner?
Something else.
Yeah, I'm being pushed. My patience is pushed more and more every day, and I feel like I'm going to get burned. I'm going to do something wrong. I'm going to do something I'm going to regret with my temper. And calling places and getting customer service is more and more difficult. I mean, even in person, I experienced that last week with a haircut. But you call a number for something important in your life, and it's people who do not give a shit, can't pretend to give a shit, and they're not listening to you. I understand. This is a job. You don't care about me, but you have a job, and you're not even listening. Like, just listen. But then, conversely, I had a kind of cool experience yesterday. I went to the gym, and I seen this, I hadn't been for a while. I seen this little old lady, probably 80 years old, 5 feet tall, and just going around and doing working out, exercising. And I seen her a few times, and I just had to go up to her, and I said, ma'am, what you're doing is inspiring to me. You could be at home, but you're in here doing work. And she tells me, she's like, well, I had a stroke, and they said I need to exercise, so I try to come here on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. It was just so cool. And then she asked me my name, and I told her James, and she said, oh, that's my husband's brother's name. And it seemed like the husband was gone with the way she said it, and she seemed to appreciate it. Then a guy overheard it, and then he's like, dude, that's awesome. I'm not patting myself on the back, because I fail far more than I do what I should do in those circumstances. And we probably all do. If we could just kind of live a life of positive thinking, just sending love out into the universe, man, the difference that could probably make be pretty good. From Twitter, we got news today.
Ooh, now that's a hot lead.
The Associated Press, federal agency cracks down on predatory lending practices that often hurt Somali Muslims. Now, I could do the honorable thing and read this, but predatory lending that hurts not just Somalians, Somali Muslims. Huh? Yeah. So this guy, I follow him on Twitter. I'm not sure what he is. Ben Zeisloft. He used to work for the Daily Wire. Editor for Republic Sentinel. Is this going to be racist? I got a kind of feeling it is. Okay, looks like a normal news network. But anyway, this guy. I've been going to battle with him over the last couple days. No, that's not true. It's not true at all, because he hasn't responded at all. But he has said Trump traded evangelical voters for these guys. And he reposted a tweet from a guy who says, I'm pro-choice, and 15 weeks is a reasonable compromise. Religious nuts just as much as a hypocrite as these woke idiots when it comes to what we do with our bodies. I get what he's coming from. He has come out pretty hard against Trump, pretty strong, because Trump's not anti-abortion enough for him. And Bush, I say Bush. Why did I say Bush? Trump. It's weird. Anyway, Trump is a New York liberal. He doesn't know, because he doesn't have that moral foundation. Yes, he loves America, truly does. He can talk about that. These moral issues he can't really talk about. He's not equipped for that. That's not his zone, and he looks bad doing it. I said, what is wrong with you? Are you lazy, scared, weak, stupid? Or are you a liar? By the propaganda that you put out, which the word propaganda, it's maybe a little bit of a stretch. There's only one reasonable conclusion. You are actually a supporter of abortion. Make the argument, convince people, do the work. We need to change the hearts of people before we can move farther. Ohio is a solid red state. The hearts Ohio is a solid red state that just passed legislation allowing abortion up to viability. Who the president is had nothing to do with it. Had Trump not appointed the justice that he did, we wouldn't have a chance. We wouldn't have a chance. The IVF treatment, the IVF push will lead to a Supreme Court deciding when a person has due process rights. You are advocating for the left to take over the court. And that's what these people are doing. Justice Thomas will not make it through the next administration. And probably Alito as well. We will lose the court if Harris wins this administration, wins this election, or is declared the victor.
Nobody wins them all.
Comey Barrett and Roberts are not conservative. And the other feller, what's his name? Kavanaugh? Yeah, he's barely. And Gorsuch is even a little wonky. Like we need like actually conservatives to be on the court. It'd be great. Not wonky. Not maybe conservative. So this is what this guy's doing. Donald Trump is not our hero. He's not my hero. He's not going to burn down all the Planned Parenthood clinics. We have to change the heart and mind of people. And saying that you're not going to vote for somebody because they're not good enough of a Christian is just, I think, despicable. Really, really despicable in my eyes. I understand the sentiment, but I disagree completely that you don't sacrifice the gains. To say you're not going to vote for anybody because they are not a loud and proud Christian who's against abortion from the point of conception, well, it means you're not going to vote for anybody ever. God said we're supposed to have a influence on our culture. We're supposed to not just sit back, and this is what this guy's doing. Sit back with his arms folded, waiting for Jesus to come. Okay. That's reasonable. I guess. I understand. I wish the person I'm going to vote for president was a devout and proud Christian. But he's not. So either way, it's not going to change my perspective. And it shouldn't change any other Christians. Fight for the kingdom. Former advisor to Trump said, if Democrats win, they will eliminate the filibuster, pax SCOTUS, they're going to add justices to the Supreme Court, make D.C. a state, import a new electorate for voting rights import a new electorate with full voting rights. That means the immigrants being brought in. Declare dissent hate speech punishable with jail time. You look at what's happening in the European Union. Brazil now has eliminated X. If you use a VPN to access X in Brazil, you could be fined $9,000 a day. Also enforce censorship and surveillance regime, make their power over you permanent. Yes, like this is it. This is it. They're not going to give up their gains. Project 2030 or something like that from the World Economic Forum 2030. You will own nothing and be happy. They are not stopping. This is a battle, folks. And a good portion of the people have no idea. Even the people who are on the Harris side, they have no idea what's really coming. Ann Vandersteel, don't know who this is. Trademark. She's trademarked. Should I trademark James Jost? War correspondent, Operation Burning Edge. Okay. And still no idea who she is. The Democrats control the internet. Mostly, yes. Aside from X. I mean, Google, obviously. Facebook, YouTube. But the search engines themselves is the more alarming part of what they're doing. The voting machines, the accounting, the companies that print the ballots, the media that talk about it. Now, they haven't talked about education yet, and the courts that decide whether an election was fair or not. There are infinite ways for them to get around accepting Trump wins in November. The easiest one is just deny that he won. Maduro just did it. America braced for impact. Yeah, yeah, and I didn't actually think about that they could just... Is Fox News, who are not conservative, who Rupert Murdoch is a Republican, but not a conservative in any way, and his sons actually want to take Fox News far left, you think they're going to fight for truth? You're just going to have a bunch of people on X screaming about the election. Ilya Omar, this was from April 23rd. The Supreme Court has lost the public's trust and is in desperate need of reform. That is why I am proud to introduce a bill to create an office of the Inspector General to investigate misconduct. Let's bring accountability and transparency to the Supreme Court. That's what they're going after, folks. And in one of my back and forths on X, this guy posted, just to be clear, I'm not part of the tolerant left. I'm part of the eat shit and die, you treasonous assholes left. I think we ought to assume that more of them are like this than we want to admit. That's what's safe. We need to take them seriously. Like, assume when they accuse us of, if you just want to be left alone, not if you are a Republican, not if you self-identify as a conservative or whatever. When the radical left, even if you're part of the left, if you're not part of the really radical left, assume that they mean what they say. And also, when they accuse us of something, just critically think, how likely is what they are accusing us of, how likely is that to happen? Now, you can just, okay, Trump's going to overthrow democracy. That's probably not going to happen. But, so... I still don't like him. He's still a prick. I'm going to vote for Harris. It's projecting. They seem to be accusing us, our side, of what they want to do. And that's terrifying. Now, back to the abortion issue again. In my bigger, broader perspective of all lives matter, I've seen this story. Every time I feel convicted, I see something like this. Florida 9-year-old died after father's girlfriend directed Rottweiler to attack her. Can you imagine those being your last moments? A 9-year-old girl actually probably praying, screaming for God to send her father to save her in those last moments of their lives. The abortion battle is never going to stop, probably. But we have to change hearts and minds. And I don't see a way to make the argument without being against all death. We don't want people to die in war or via the death penalty or by abortion. But this woman deserves judgment rather soon. I don't want to give up the argument that all lives matter just to get rid of this person. And the other half of that is I want these people to regret what they've done and find God and ask for forgiveness. And if they are in prison or if they are dead, they can't do that, I suppose. Now, there may be a time in judgment where, I don't know, our souls get to, I don't know. Maybe there's an opportunity after we die. Until I have some belief in that. I want people to regret what they've done. I want people to find God. But stories like this, man, that really makes it hard to square up in my mind. Finally, from Doge Designer, who basically only interacts with Elon Musk. It may be Elon Musk. Sometimes, though, it's like they are in the same room together. I think it's like a system of his. But Doge is a digital currency. Dogecoin. Oh, it says ex-creator. Graphic designer at Dogecoin. But anyway, Dogecoin is at like 10% right now, or 10 cents right now, I think, is down. 10 cents a Dogecoin. I got like 1,500 Dogecoins. I want to get up to 10,000. I don't know what it could be. No idea. Don't know. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know shit. I have faith in Elon Musk, and he has some kind of connection to Doge. I think it could be worth more than 10 cents a piece in the future. That's my gamble. But he put, basically a quote of Elon Musk, $44 billion was not the cost of Twitter. It was the cost of restoring free speech. And that is pretty... Yep. Because it's falling around the world. I still feel good. Some days. It aggravates me when friends, family, that do have thoughts on politics. It's not that they're completely apolitical. And I try to talk to them about politics. You know, they're like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, really? I didn't hear that. Well, yeah, I'm just not paying attention. I'm just kind of gave up right now. It's like, how? There's so much going on. It's like, I think that you are such an irresponsible citizen. Like, our world's collapsing and you're not paying attention? What more do you have going on in your life? But then I understand. I mean, ultimately, I get it. I mean, the other day, I kind of took a news-free day. I'm a driver for a living. I listened to everything but the last time on Wednesday. It sucks. This sucks, folks. But you know what? I'm going to church tonight. I'm going to go fishing on the Missouri River here in a little bit. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to go to the fish on the Missouri River with my dad. I'm going to go to church tonight. And probably after dinner with my dad as well. Not a bad weekend. Folks, I don't know. I don't really have anything profound to say. I guess I'll just close with the Lord spoke the universe into existence. What do you do with your voice? Do you lose your temper with somebody half-assing customer service so you guys can both be pissed off and ruin your day? You can walk around angry. Or you go up to a little old lady and tell her they inspired you. You can do either one with your voice. Within minutes of one another, you can do both. Choose wisely, folks. Choose wisely. And I will do my best to do the same. I will see you next time. Have a good weekend.
So long, lizard breath.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
This war stops now.
End the war. Bring freedom to our people.
No. No more tricks. No more lies. Only truth.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!